So right now I'm tying on the Falcon spoon. The Falcon spoon, it's a big flutter spoon, and the shape of this spoon allows it to fall a little bit faster than like our Talon. It's really fat and wide, so it's got a really big slow wobble. This one's quite a bit skinnier, so it's got a faster fall, a little bit more erratic. We're going to see, what they're in the mood for today. Whenever I'm throwing this spoon, I don't really drop it vertical, hardly ever. I'm always casting it at something, at fish, at a target, brush pile, ledge, something of that nature. I'm usually always throwing this spoon. Fishing a big spoon, it's honestly not as hard as what people think. Everybody thinks that you're going to work your tail off jerking this bait and just really have to work hard at it, but it's only hard reeling in the big fish that bite it. So most spoons, they've only got one treble hook on the back. So the Falcon, it has 3, and for me that is an absolute game changer. With this spoon, I don't lose fish. That was always the worst thing about throwing a big spoon in the past is, man, you lose them. They get leverage on your bait and you can't hardly keep them on. I want them to think that this spoon is getting away from them. It looks like a dying fish whenever it's falling. So a lot of times I jerk it pretty hard just to, really make that spoon shoot around and dip and dart. And, after you jerk it up like that, then it starts to fall back down and flutter. And a lot of times, man, they just can't take it. So, we're here on Table Rock Lake today, and whenever I'm fishing a deep dock on a place like this, I'm looking for something that's hanging over really deep water. That seems like, the ones that really work well for me. Like this one, we're sitting in, 75 feet of water right now, and the dock runs from the bank out here over the top of that deep water. It seems like the fish can move shallow to deep really, really fast and have good cover the whole time. So these are just great places for fish to live year round. But whenever it comes to actually fishing the dock and picking it apart, I'm going by the dock, I'm looking up underneath there with my Garmin, and I'm trying to find a school of bass is what I'm looking for. So a lot of times, I'm not gonna flip every single stall. I'm gonna really be looking and until I see one that I think I can get my spoon to, because you might have to make some crazy flips and some really nasty stuff. So you don't want to be doing that if there's not fish there. So I spend a lot of time going until I see them, and then whenever I see them, I'm gonna flip that big spoon to them. Sometimes you got to go as far as, way back there. It's a pretty tough deal sometimes to get them out, but it can really be rewarding when it works. Whenever I'm flipping a big spoon in these docks, I'm going up to like a 25-pound Sunline shooter. On a Bass Pro Shops 2.0 carbon light. It's a 7.6 heavy. I've got that on it. It's actually on an 8.3-to-1 Bass Pro Shops Platinum reel, so it's a really fast reel. Whenever you get them hooked way back in that stuff, you're going to want to get them out. It really doesn't seem to matter to me whether the stall has a boat in it or not. It's just more so, what kind of structure is around the stall. These are the Falcon spoons from Dixie Jet, and they come in 5 different colors. All the colors are great, and whenever you go to pick and color, it's just going to be a preference thing. It's just whatever you really like. I like them all, but I love shattered glass, and I love this one right here. It's just kind of got more of a matte finish, so you can kind of bounce back and forth between something really, really shiny and something that's just a little bit more dulled down. But got it in sexy shad, got it in several of the colors that I think a guy really needs when he's throwing a big spoon.